call the shooting foul. That one on Thompson. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
It was a little bit of a battle for him all season long. Last year, only shooting about 71%.
And so Hartenstein nails both of them. Van Vliet kicks to Şengün. Outside, Green. Van Vliet passes to Thompson. Van Vliet against Dort. Just 5 on the clock. Şengün with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Hartenstein. There's Williams. A 3-ball. Drops in the tray.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Van Vliet. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. Van Vliet's a strong finisher for his size.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
Thompson, left side. Van Vliet against Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice shot by Brooks.
Well, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
You talk about reputations, RJ. Few have one like Dylan Brooks.
I'll give it to this man. He is fearless. He doesn't care if it's Steph, LeBron, his mom, whoever. Dylan is trying to get in their heads. You want guys like that on your side.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. We'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that...
Stolen by Dort. Stolen by Dort. Holmgren with it. He's picked up by Brooks. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson passes to Şengün. Green kicks to Şengün. Brooks outside. Back to Şengün. Takes the 3. That one's not going to go. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Oklahoma City out in front of 5. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Oklahoma City.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
Wiggins is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Isaiah Joe. And it's Williams at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Eason's shot is good.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Joe. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Joe's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Holiday finds Eason. And Isaiah Joe picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. The Thunder lead by 5. Wiggins outside. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Great defense that time from Şengün. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. From outside the arc. Drills it from outside.
Aaron Holiday.
Holiday's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Draw them in and kick it out. Great execution to open up an easy look from outside.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. The Rockets pull it in.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Eason. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Williams, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Isaiah Joe. Stolen by Brooks. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Şengün passes to Holiday. Green with the ball. Thompson outside. The kick out to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Green. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Dort. And he banks in the layup. Dort's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City.
Very good inside. Dort's got great upper body strength.
Brooks against Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Thompson.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
Holiday looking for an opening. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That'll be his second foul of the game. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And then for Houston. He's checked in for Şengün. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. Here's Dort. Holmgren trying to get open. A beautiful reverse layup. Dort's got his second basket.
Some physicality there from Lou, pushing past the contact and into the shot.
They kick it out to Green. And falls. Great assist by VanVleet.
3 points.
VanVleet's got 3 assists in the game. Williams in the post, covered by Smith. It's stolen by Smith. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Thunder have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Here's Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Got a piece of it. Back to Dort. Takes a 3. Here's Hartenstein, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
Thompson dishes to Smith. Thompson surveying the floor. Misses the 3. Outside Williams. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 1. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. It's been quite a game for Isaiah Hartenstein.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. At the guard positions, VanVleet and Green. Brooks is out there with Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the 5, roaming the bench. Incredible for his age, the decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
I mean, sneaky. When he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
Green kicks to Şengün. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Thompson's got his first 3 points of the game. And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Back to Williams. Launches it. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Van Vliet outside. Thompson outside. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Back to Green. Houston moving the ball around. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Thunder shooting well. They're at 45%. Hartenstein finds Williams. Now Holmgren. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And the layup falls. Holmgren's got 8.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Stolen by Thompson. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
That's good from Williams. And the Thunder making a change here. Caruso's checked in. Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. Rockets trail by 4. Now Van Vliet. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Houston shooting their second free throw attempt on the night. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And for Green, it's about focusing on taking high percentage shots. When he does this, he's an effective player.
The Rockets with another miss. The Thunder leading by 3. It's Dort on the wing. He's covered by Eason.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And Thompson kicks to Van Vliet. Back to Thompson. Pass to Green. Jacks up a 3. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 4th assist in this one. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Williams for 3. Şengün with the rebound. Houston's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break.
So quick on the drive. When Green is slicing with confidence, he is hard to stop.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Thompson in the corner. Van Vliet against Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to Thompson. Van Vliet outside. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Thompson. Now, here's Şengün. He's defended by Hartenstein. that gives them the lead. Van Vliet's got 5.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Eason passes to Şengün. Here's Eason. Beyond the arc. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Rockets ahead, up by 1. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Isaiah Joe. Aaron Wiggins is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Williams at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
And this is crucial to Whitmore's development, wanting to continue to improve as a scorer.
Rebound by Smith. Rockets leading by 4. Driving in. Şengün passes to Eason. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Joe. Wiggins surveying the floor. Good on the three-point shot. Wiggins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
Taken away by Williams. Pass to Caruso. He can't get that one to fall. Houston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. And it's good for 2. And the Rockets lead by 6.
And Whitmore a beast inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
Joe passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots the 3. They get the rebound. For Houston, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And stolen by Wiggins. Down low, here's Caruso. Nice touch on the back shot.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Eason down low. Defended by Caruso. Here's Whitmore. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And when you watch Whitmore, he's much bigger than your average wing. It's a different type of matchup.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams is checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Isaiah Joe. And then for Houston, Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. And it's Green in for Aaron Holiday.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Holmgren finds Williams. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Hits it from three-point range.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
Pass to Whitmore. Back to Brooks. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. Fred Van Vliet is checked in for Whitmore.
Substitution for the Rockets, number 5.
Brooks with no one around. No good on the quick 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for Holmgren. They needed that basket.
Brooks gets to Green. Back to Brooks for 3. Buries it from three-point range. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Well, Brooks is always working hard for this team. And here it pays off with a huge basket. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side. tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. 13 foul.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Thompson, a screen on George to the middle. And Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Green. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Van Vliet kicks to Thompson. Trying to find Şengün. He gets it to him. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Thompson passes to Green. Just 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot. Here's Şengün. Good!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Brooks covering. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Over Brooks. Pass to Holmgren. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. A big-time possession here.
Yeah, and their hearts must be going 100 miles an hour right now.
Thompson kicks to Şengün. Back to Thompson. Van Vliet against Dort. Van Vliet outside. Outside, Green. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And it's all about the three right here.
We'll see what they draw up. Three-pointer is a must.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire
Murray and Brown. And it's Jokic in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for the Lakers, at the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Austin Reeves out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the 5. Jokic gets the bucket. Well, Grant, this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
Now here's Hayes. Back to Doncic. Clock at 6. James up top. And here's Reeves outside. Rebounded by Denver. Murray with it. Now Doncic defending. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on Doncic.
You know, what makes Jokic truly exceptional in my mind is the versatility. You know, he's a really good passer, and that to me is a tremendous distinction, not to mention how he scores and does the other stuff he does out there.
It's James with the drive. Yep, count it.
That's really how LeBron prefers to finish, at full speed, driving hard and dictating the pace and keeping pressure on the defense.
Clark, it's special getting to call LeBron James games. How is the King still doing this at this age?
B.A., I think there are guys that come along every 30, 40 years that are just different than other guys, other players. And he's in that category, one of the all-time greats. And he's just been remarkable. Certainly DNA has a role in his longevity and excellence, but you got to give him a ton of credit. He's committed to being at a high level for a long time, and it's remarkable to watch him do what he's doing at this age.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Outside Reeves. James finds Reeves. Here he goes. From deep, here's Doncic. Knocks down the triple.
You know, if Luka wants the three-point shot, he just takes it. No hesitation.
And here's Gordon from the arc. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with J.J. Redick.
As you might expect, he's got his hands full on how to deal with Nikola Jokic. Coach explained so much of their offense runs through him. He's always operating with the ball in his hands. We'll need to do our work early. Don't let him get comfortable when he has the ball. No doubt about it, the Joker is the cog in this offense. Brian?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now here's Doncic. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads-up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Finney Smith's checked in for Los Angeles. Vincent comes in for Luka Doncic. Westbrook, he's checked in for Denver. Here's Vincent out to the wing. Gordon with a steal. Westbrook against Reeves. Pass to Murray. And he banks in the layup. Murray's got 5.
You know, when Murray finishes like this, guys, it shows you how aggressive his mindset is in attacking the defense.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Here's James. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Well, it sure is, B.A. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnover when you're playing for the Lakers.
Now here's Vincent. Still without a bucket. Hey, shot's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Watson with it. Checked by James. To the middle. Here's Jokic. Left side Watson. Over James. A nice shot by Watson. The Lakers have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Has to connect. Back to Vincent. James with the ball, defended by Watson. On the break. 13 feet out. Kept alive. They kick it out to Murray.
Well, I love how crafty Jokic is. You know, he basically baits defenders into committing the foul once he gets deep position.
He's made one and missed one so far at the line.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the strike. Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
Vanderbilt's checked in for the Lakers. Reeves comes in for LeBron. Saric checks in for Denver. Michael Porter comes in for Murray. Reeves, the pass to Finney-Smith. Rejected by Jokic.
Hey, give Jokic credit. He's worked hard on his body and his defensive game.
Fires for three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Vanderbilt, the pass to Vincent. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. And here's Porter outside. It's good! It counts at the buzzer!
Whoa! The heave to beat the buzzer. Woo.
And that does it for the first quarter. It's Denver. They're up by 4. And we'll be back with you shortly. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what have you guys seen from Denver?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
On the court for Denver, Hayden Watson is out there with Michael Porter. Then there's Dario Saric. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Strother in at the 2. The 3 is up. And it's Connect with a rebound. Lakers trail by 4. To the paint. Pulls it. Nice shot by Finney-Smith.
Good work from Finney-Smith down low. Putting his size and reach to good use.
The Nuggets shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Westbrook, the pass to Saric. To the right side. Here's Strother. Back to Watson. Vanderbilt pulls it in.
It's not easy to finish in traffic, but those are chances he has to convert.
Goodwin misses the layup.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
And 6'10" with laser-accurate quick release. Clark, Michael Porter Jr. can make the game look so easy.
It looks to me like he's really settled into his role, and he's embraced that. And he's worked through his own injury challenges, so there's a level of perseverance and resilience and grit that he's put into his book bag along with that fluid stroke and his athleticism. He's become a better rebounder and a better defender as well. I really like what he's become to this point in his career as a player.
Brown's checked in for the Nuggets. Murray comes in for Strother.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Westbrook, the pass to Saric. James with a steal. It's an even 3-on-3 break. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Los Angeles?
Well, it's all fast break points. Those easy buckets, they're so hard to come by in the NBA. So if you get a chance to run, you have to take advantage of it.
One other factor today, points off turnover. I mean, let's see if they can keep up the pressure, capitalize off more forced miscues.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. James passes to Reeves. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hachimura. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And now a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
Beautiful reverse using his body to shield the finish. Nicely done.
Murray passes to Porter over Finney-Smith. And again, it's Denver missing.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
From deep. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now. Looking at lineups around the league, Graham. Seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, BA. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Boy, the size, the vertical, the explosiveness. Porter Jr. has all the tools to throw it down.
That one falls.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Porter gets the bucket.
Sweet move by Porter Jr. Getting around the contact and finding the hoop.
Reeves against Murray. Hachimura, right side. Back to Reeves. Pass to Goodwin. Lets the three fly. Porter pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Outside Murray. Off target with the three. Los Angeles leading by 5. Now Finney-Smith. He's got 5. Outside Reeves. Let's go with a 3. No good there. And so Porter will bring it up for Denver. And here's Murray. To the wing on the left. Here's Brown. And it's all from three-point range. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Finney-Smith passes to Hachimura. Launches it from deep. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Clark Hachimura has always been a monster with his strength. He knows how to use his frame.
He sure does, and he has an ample frame, B.A. Working out with LeBron during the summer and training certainly hasn't hurt him in that regard. He knows how to use his body, but he's also become a pretty reliable three-point shooter and all-around scorer.
Hayes is checked in for the Lakers. Luka Doncic comes in for Goodwin. Pass to Brown. Fires from deep. And Reeves pulls it down. Reeves has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's James. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Murray for 3. It's Hayes with the rebound. Now here is James. Hachimura from long range. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
They already had the momentum going to the break. Now they've got even more of it.
And that concludes the first half. Lakers ahead, up by 10. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Boy, you have to like what we're seeing from Rui Hachimura.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executed.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Reeves at the 2 with LeBron at the 3. Rui Hachimura is out there with Jackson Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point. That's the Laker 5.
Tell you what, with Jokic, you've got to foul him harder than that. This big fella takes pride in finishing through the defense.
He's made 3 of 4 free throw attempts in this game. So it's Los Angeles now. They've led by as much as 10. James outside. Hachimura outside. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Jokic. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Jokic has got 5 points in the quarter.
Jokic, one of my favorite bigs to watch. So crafty, light on his feet. He gets the jump on the defense with that pull-up shot of his.
Reeves, the pass to Hayes. From deep, here's Doncic. Goes back up. Out to James. Hachimura outside. 6 to shoot. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Hayes for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Brown. Beyond the arc. On target from range. Brown's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Los Angeles has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Here are the Nuggets with the ball. They've gone on an 8-0 run. Pass to Gordon for the lead. Hachimura with a rebound.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Murray against Hayes. Now here's Hachimura. Doncic outside. Takes a 3. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Murray from outside. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic.
3 points.
Jokic has got 3 assists now in this one. Here's James. Oh, hey, how about
Big time right there. Big time. Man, I like seeing LeBron throw it down, especially when he decides to do it with a little flavor.
Jokic. Some solid defense from Hayes. The Lakers have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. From deep, Reeves. Back to Hachimura. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
And I like it. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in there, but for me, I don't mind a little extra.
Westbrook, he's checked in for Brown. Gordon finds Murray. And the Nuggets hit again from deep.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Back to Doncic. Ooh, stolen by Murray. Back come the Nuggets on the run. Here's Westbrook. Outside for Porter. For 3, Gordon. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got rebound number 5 here tonight. It's Reeves with the drive. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Porter from outside. The offensive rebound. Here's the 3. Westbrook can't hit.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
And here's Denver. They're on a 14-5 run. Pass to Jokic. For 3, Gordon. Doncic pulls down the board. Let's see if they want to go 2 for 1 here, Graham.
Hey, looking at the clock, I'd say yes.
And we've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Hachimura. That one off the back iron and out. The Nuggets trail. Westbrook finds Gordon. Jokic against Hayes. Jokic passes to Westbrook. And again, Denver no good. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. It's Los Angeles up 1. And we're coming back in. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some quick guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Jamal Murray.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Denver, looking at who they've got to start the fourth. They've got Dario Saric, Christian Brown out there with Peyton Watson. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Murray in at the point guard position. LeBron, a smooth operator inside.
You can tell LeBron values getting quality shots because he knows how much they're worth, and he's willing to fight for them.
Shots good by Saric.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
The Lakers trail. Here's Connect. Outside Finney Smith. And Jamal Murray picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. Murray passes to Watson. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Denver.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this. Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Najee, he's checked in for Denver. Aaron Gordon comes in for Watson. Lakers trail by 3. Hachimura, the pass to James. Back to Hachimura. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Vincent, driving in. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Vincent's got his first bucket in this one. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Najee passes to Gordon. James against Westbrook. Out to the right wing. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Defenders really struggle to keep up with Russell Westbrook. It's probably because he's such a dynamic and aggressive athlete.
And the Lakers with some changes. Reeves comes in for James, and Doncic has subbed in for Vincent. Jokic is checked in for Denver. Porter Jr. comes in for Brown. Here's Doncic, and he breaks it down. He goes right over to Jokic.
Tell you what, guys, that's not an easy finish, but somehow Doncic makes it look rather effortless.
Brown's checked in for Westbrook, and the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Murray passes to Jokic. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. Doncic with it, checked by Murray. Doncic, no good. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
I love the way they're finishing, penetrating, getting downhill, taking the game to their opponents. They've been the aggressors, and that's been impressive.
One other thing they've done very well has been scoring inside, just pounding and grinding down there.
Pass to Doncic from deep. Oh, Doncic from way out there.
He's such a clutch shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
Porter, pass to Gordon. Here's Jokic. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Hayes. James against Murray. Hachimura from long range. Porter pulls it in. Nuggets trail by 3. Pass to Gordon.
Aaron Gordon has a special combination of athleticism and size. I think his skill set is perfectly tailored for how the game is played today.
Shooting for Denver. Aaron Gordon.
Both free throws good from Gordon.
Free throw shooting comes into focus in tight games. As usual, he's up to the task.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Here's Doncic. Banked it in off the glass. Doncic has got 8 points here in the quarter.
Get used to seeing this, folks. Doncic taking the moment head on and delivering.
Gordon on the wing. This one for three. Gets the three ball to go.
Fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment for his team.
Hachimura sets a screen. LeBron at full speed. Hachimura. And it's good.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Gordon right side. Brown passes to Porter. Here's Brown. He's covered by Reeves. Here's Gordon. Cash. And tie game. Huge basket right there.
Well, you've got to give Gordon the ball when he's down inside. I mean, he can really score it in there.
Here's Doncic. Doncic punches it home.
That's why you give him the rock. Doncic deserves the ball because he can deliver in the clutch.
From deep, Jokic. Doncic pulls down the board.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
And slam dunk by James.
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
And here's Denver. 4-point game for three. Gordon. It's Hayes with the rebound. Gordon with a steal. Outside Murray. 4-3. That shot off the mark. So it's a narrow victory for the Lakers. Pulling it out for the W. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce.
coaching, Kevin. You know, I always give those guys credit, but in reality, both teams do have a philosophy to go after the ball, and both these teams have tough, active people who are committed to getting as many extra possessions as they possibly can.
And you can't win in this league unless you can rebound, right?
Well, especially on the defensive end, Kevin, you've got to be able to keep the other team off the glass. At the offensive end, it sort of varies from team to team.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Before in the 5, it's Gordon and Jokic. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. And it's Porter. And at the 3, the small forward. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Amon will blow right by you.
And the Denver Nuggets, led by multi-time MVP Nikola Jokic. And they've done a tremendous job surrounding him with the right kind of people.
They certainly have, Kevin. But one caveat here. You can surround Nikola Jokic with any player, Kevin, and he will figure out their strengths and get them the ball where they need to have it. This guy makes everyone better.
So you think we're not giving enough attention maybe to what he thinks upstairs, how he sees the game?
He sees the game, Kevin, as well as anyone who's ever played it, and he directs traffic out there. He is a true point center.
Now here's Van Vliet, following the miss by Jokic. And Thompson kicks to Brooks. Here's Van Vliet. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. To halt the run, Green with the rebound. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And here's Brooks from outside. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Murray, the pass to Porter. Pass to Jokic, and stolen by Şengün. And here we go with Thompson, running it up the court. Van Vliet kicks to Thompson. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Thompson's got 10.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Oh, Van Vliet. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Pass to Şengün.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
To the paint. Here's Thompson. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
This one has been all about Amon Thompson. A freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
And it's Gordon missing. Rockets leading by 10. And really, Coach Van Gundy, the acquisition of Aaron Gordon for the Nuggets was one of the things that elevated them to the championship caliber team that we saw.
Yeah, Kevin, he was sort of the missing piece. He's a great fit in the front court alongside of Jokic. His athleticism, his defense, his ability to score inside have really made them a great tandem.
And what about his ability, Stan, to fit in right off the bat and make a difference?
You know, just about anybody can fit in playing with Jokic, Kevin. He makes the game easy.
Well said. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 ranked player in high school, but a back injury changed things. He said, "My potential may look different now, but as long as I can truly say with what I had, I gave it my all, that's all that success should be defined by." Kevin, he grounds himself in gratitude and the work he's put in.
Thanks, D.A. He is a worker and living the dream. Van Vliet finds Thompson. Back to Van Vliet. Brooks outside. 5 to shoot. From 13. Şengün, no good.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Outside for Murray. Pulls up on the elbow. Green with the rebound. Oh, here we go. Şengün's got the fast break chance. Brooks misses. And so it's Houston holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. There. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
So on the floor for Denver, Aiden Watson is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Dario Saric. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Strother in at the shooting guard. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Şengün. Denver making a switch here. Haji's checked in.
Number 22, Zeke.
The Nuggets trail by 9. Saric outside. Back to Westbrook. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Greg, every year injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams have probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Christian Brown's checked in for the Nuggets. Now, here is Smith following the missed shot by Dario Saric. Whitmore with it. He has yet to score. Şengün with the screen for Smith to the middle. Pass to Whitmore. Şengün with the ball. Eason down low. Guarded by Porter. Holiday with the three. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And he knocks down the first one. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for the Rockets. And Van Vliet comes in for Aaron Holiday. It's stolen by Saric. Watson. And another miss by Denver. Houston leading by 8. Thompson outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
Thompson, take it.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. The Nuggets trail by 9. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
And Westbrook, here we go. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And if anything, Westbrook gets more aggressive against contact inside. He doubles his effort level in response.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
And so here is Houston. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Thompson, a screen on Saric. Down low. Whitmore finds Thompson. Van Vliet gets the assist. Thompson's got 15.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Jumps up. Poked away.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless...
2 minutes.
On the rafters, he punched it in.
Are you kidding me?
Westbrook.
And there's the ferociousness. Gotta enjoy Westbrook taking flight and slamming it down there with authority.
Eason with it. He's covered by Watson. There's the three. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Porter passes to Brown. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter. Here's Whitmore. It's blocked. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. So for the Rockets, Brooks comes in for Jari Eason. And it's Green in for Whitmore. The Nuggets also changing it up. Jokic, he's checked in for Šarić, and Murray subbed in for Porter.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
We know very few players in the league, Stan, can put up points with the ease that Michael Porter Jr. can, don't we?
One of the prettiest shots in the league, Kevin. He's got great size. He's got that high release, and he gets it off quick. When he's shooting it well, he can take over a game.
And he rebounds well, too. He does other things in addition to scoring.
Well, that's where he's really improved, doing those other things.
A nice shot by Brown.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Out to Brooks. Şengün with the screen for Brooks. Pass to Jokic. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Poked loose.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
And the Canadian getting up. Murray hammers that one home.
Van Vliet outside. Here's Green. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Rockets lead by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Amen Thompson has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
At the guard positions, Van Vliet and Green. Alperen Şengün out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Brooks in at the 3 slot. It's the 5 for Houston right now. Now here's Green. Jokic with the steal. Denver passing it around. Brown from outside off the mark. Rockets leading by 4. Here's Şengün. And the wide open shot from Green. It's 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. Headed by Green. Brown's shot is off.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Van Vliet finds Şengün. Porter against Green. Jokic with the steal. Outside Gordon. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. On the wing, Green. Here's Brooks. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Man, you like to see this from Brooks, right? No need to fall in love with the jump shot. Give the defense different looks.
Inside is Jokic territory.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Thompson against Gordon. Pass to Green. Now Şengün. Inside. And here's Jokic. A nice shot by Brown. Now just a 2-point Rocket lead. This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen, the best three-point shooter or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
Here's Brown. The Rockets making the shot. Stolen by Brooks. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. On up the court. And it's Thompson with the jam.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Murray with it. Now Green defending. And foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Smith checked in for Şengün. Tari Eason comes in for Amen Thompson. And Cam Whitmore's subbed in for Brooks. And Denver with a change here too. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Christian Brown. Now here's Green. Just 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot. Eason's shot is good.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Houston making some changes. Logan Adams, he's checked in for Whitmore. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And then for Denver, Sharch is checked in for Gordon. And it's Peyton Watson in for Jamal Murray. Now here is Holiday. Hasn't made one yet.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Westbrook with the bucket.
And in getting that three to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by the Rockets.
And they get it back to the inside. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Eason. Adams with it. Now guarded by Sharp. Adams' shot is off. Here's Watson driving the lane. And Watson slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
And so it's the Houston Rockets in the driver. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And Denver will start the fourth quarter. We've got Russell Westbrook. Peyton Watson is out there with Sharp. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Brown in at the 3. Murray down low, guarded by Holiday. And Greg, something that is so important for this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core.
The kick out to Holiday. For 3, Smith. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot. All stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, trying to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their three-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
Back to Eason. Trying to find Şengün. He gets it to him. Just 4 to shoot. Over Saric. Şengün, no good. The Nuggets trail by 8. Saric inside. Eason on him. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. To the wing right side. Hits the three-point bomb.
And such great feel for the game. Whitmore knowing where his teammates are at all times.
Şengün kicks to Smith. Pass to Eason. Back to Smith. Here's Whitmore. He's covered by Murray. Here's Eason. For 3, Smith. And Brown pulls it down. Westbrook finds Watson. Murray right side. Denver passing it around. Here's Brown. Guarded by Holiday. Şengün against Saric. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
And so it's Watson who will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. 9-point game. And it's Saric. That time on the assist by Westbrook.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Houston's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. In the corner, Smith with it. On the wing, Holiday. He's covered by Murray. Eason passes to Holiday. Here's Whitmore. Pass to Smith. Lets the 3 fly. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on a three-point shot. But when you're knocking them down, you might as well keep riding.
For Houston, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Back to Holiday. To the left side wing. Back to Şengün. Outside Holiday. Pulls it up. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got his 4th assist in this one. Watson for 3. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Whitmore with it. Westbrook picks him up. Rebound by the Nuggets. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. And slam dunk by Saric.
And you have to get Saric out of the paint. Once he's inside, he's ready to take it home.
And stolen by Murray. The shot by Saric, no good.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, that's one he'd like to have back. Those are the opportunities you have to convert.
Outside Holiday. Out to Smith. Shoots the 3. A shot off that time.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
Fearless. I mean, we haven't seen many like Russ. Guys who crave the biggest moments. You want someone like that on your team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Thompson, he's checked in for Jabari Smith. Brooks comes in for Jari Eason. Jalen Green's checked in for Whitmore. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. There's Porter with the 3. And it's VanVleet with the rebound. And here's Brooks from outside. Sinks the triple. So we see the Rockets get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that.
fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Here are the starters for Houston. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Alperon Şengün out there with Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at point guard.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And how about LeBron? Even if he's no longer the clear-cut best player in the league, he can still take over a game, RJ.
Oh, make no mistake, he is still the best when he needs to be. Absolutely has a switch that gets flipped when he needs it. It's not on for 48 minutes, but he can definitely turn it on for a few. What I appreciate about LeBron is how much he loves being a leader. He knows how much his teammates count on him.
Now here's Van Vliet. Five to shoot. To the inside. Here's Şengün. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. After 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
And Doncic has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. He takes it in. Down low, Hachimura. The Rockets pull it in. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Şengün. Back to Van Vliet. Out to Thompson. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. And that one's good for Brooks.
Man, he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
James outside. Thompson with some nice D. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. On the wing, Brooks. Thompson outside. Back to Brooks. Van Vliet left side. And rejected. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Thompson with a steal. Brooks outside. From outside the arc. It's Hayes with the rebound. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. We talked about Fred VanVleet and how Coach hopes to counter him. Coach told me I'd love to put size on him and give him an unfavorable matchup. But the truth is, it's all about hustle. Just staying on him as much as possible. It's a pretty straightforward strategy, but Coach hopes it's effective. Guys?
Thank you for that, Allie. And it's Doncic missing.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Finney Smith's checked in for Hachimura. Brooks from outside. And another miss by Houston. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Los Angeles shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Second team foul.
Lakers trail by 3.
Austin Reeves.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. Inside, here's Finney Smith. Pass to Hayes to end the drought. It's hauled in by Houston. On the wing, Green. He's covered by Reeves. To the inside. Şengün passes to Brooks. Clock at 6. Back to Şengün. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Hayes. Doncic on the wing. Back to Reeves. Down low. Hayes, the pass to Doncic. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it.
And there's Luka, one of the most entertaining players in the league.
Pass to Şengün. Brooks with it. There's the 3. Nails it from 3. Brooks has got 6 points.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And there's the call on Dylan Brooks. That's foul number 2 for him. Connects checked in for the Lakers. And Houston will go for a different look here. Steven Adams checked in for Şengün. Smith comes in for Thompson. Eason's checked in for Brooks. And Whitmore subbed in for Van Vliet. A nice shot by Doncic.
So creative on the attack. I like whenever Doncic knifes inside and looks to score.
Back to Whitmore. Outside, Green. And Houston, another 3.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic with the jam.
Going on the attack, Luka doesn't give them a chance to get between him and the rim.
On the wing, Whitmore. 41 seconds left to play in the first. Smith finds Green. From outside, off the mark. And James has got the ball here for the Lakers. They trail by 3. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Fast break, here come the Rockets. And here's Green from the arc. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Connect. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Hayes. From deep, here's Doncic. Connects from downtown. And it's all knotted up. Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for Los Angeles. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. Back to the game after this break. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. Guys, what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
Jared Vanderbilt out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Connect. Then it's Gabe Vincent. And it's Reeves in at the 2. That's the Laker 5. Here's Whitmore. Rips down the breakaway slam.
An impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success. And anything short of that is a failure.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, "When you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be."
All right, Allie, thanks for that. And the Lakers making a change here. Hachimura's checked in. Quarter number 2, just over a minute of play.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Here's Reeves after the basket by Houston. Good work defensively by Whitmore. Smith against Hachimura. Left side, Holiday. Here's Eason. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Eason with a steal. It's Eason with the jam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
For 3, Smith. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
This is Smith's game. Set him up and he'll knock him down.
Pass to Reeves. Finney Smith passes to Reeves. Hachimura outside. 5 on the clock. Back to Reeves. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Şengün's got his 4th rebound in this one. On the wing, Whitmore. On the wing, Holiday. He's covered by Reeves. Holiday passes to Şengün. From downtown. And it's Whitmore missing. Lakers trail by 8. And it's the Lakers on the break. Counted for Vincent.
And you see the awareness Connect has a good understanding for when his guys are open.
Well, Dalton Connect had a late growth spurt during college, and it really helped his game, Graham.
He really did. I mean, B.A., he started college as a 6'3" guard, but grew 3 inches during his first 2 seasons and added some muscles. Now at 6'6", he can play confidently out there on the wing.
For 3, Smith, and it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in.
Pass to Hachimura. 1:16 left to play in the first half. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Jabari Smith. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
And Houston making a change here. Thompson, he's checked in for Şengün. Dylan Brooks comes in for Eason. Jalen Green, he's checked in for Whitmore. And Van Vliet is subbed in for Holiday. Here's Hayes. Soft touch off the glass.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
On the wing, Brooks. Outside, Green. Back to Brooks. Van Vliet outside. Up and over Doncic. Van Vliet misses.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Doncic passes to James. There's 14 seconds left in the first half of this game. Outside Reeves. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
We've seen more than a few miscues from them tonight.
And if they want to come back in this game, they got to clean up those mistakes.
8 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. And so it's the Houston Rockets, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Their entire defense is designed to stop LeBron right now, and that's been effective. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And if you're just joining in, 1 half is in the books. 1 half to go. Look at Dylan Brooks. What a contribution.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
So the Houston 5 right now. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. And then Thompson out there, up around Şengün. And it's Brooks in at the 3, small forward.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
And the Rockets with possession here. After the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago. The kick out to Van Vliet. The 3 from Thompson. Rebounded by LeBron. Lakers trail by 6. Richard, how about that memorable Rockets winning streak early in 2024?
11 straight wins, look. That's no easy task, no matter who you are playing. The energy in the locker room must have just been off the charts.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
BA, Fred Van Vliet said, I've been a leader on pretty much every team that I've ever played for. I'm a leader in life. It's just something you either have or you don't. Something you gotta work at. Some guys will gravitate towards it and some won't. Ryan, is it that simple?
Well, I think most of his teammates value what he has to say, for sure. And it goes out of bounds. That one off green.
Los Angeles ball.
James, outside. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got a rebound, number 5 here tonight. Brooks, the pass to Şengün. Out to Thompson. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Houston with another miss. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Doncic on the wing, takes the 3. Doncic, count it!
Man, I know Doncic prefers a straight-on 3-shot, but his touch works just as well there in the corners.
Outside for Brooks. Green against Hachimura. Brooks with it. He's got 9. And here's Green from the arc. Oh, Jalen Green with the sweet stroke.
Certain times you can tell when a player is going to shoot the ball, and you can see that from Green on his way up the floor.
Van Vliet against Doncic. Pass to Hayes. Thompson with a steal. Back comes Houston in transition. And here's Green from the arc. Hachimura with a rebound. Lakers trail by 6. Hayes, the pass to James. No good on the 3. Houston has gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the third quarter. Oh, it's stolen by Doncic. It's stolen by Green. Şengün finds Green. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And the Lakers making a change here. Finney Smith's checked in. Eason's checked in for Houston. Neil Grant and Van Vliet. They've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on a last-place team. But no wonder nothing seems to faze him. Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. Houston with another miss. The Lakers trail. Reeves, the pass to Hayes. And out of bounds. The Rockets will take it. Houston making some changes. Adams comes in for Alperen Şengün. And it's Smith in for Thompson. And Van Vliet has got the ball here for the Rockets. Smith outside. Green in the post. Finney Smith's there. Tipped away. James with a steal. Kicks it to Doncic. No good with the triple. The Rockets lead by 4. Pass to Green. Right wing. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Knocks down the long J. Smith's got 9 points.
Just such a smooth stroke there for Smith. Well, 10 years ago, maybe it was KD and Dirk, but we never saw a guy that height with a stroke like that.
Now here's Hayes. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. The kick out to Van Vliet. Launches it. Smith passes to Van Vliet. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Here's James. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Okay, wrong with the big boy moves. Look, he just absorbs the foul, still getting the shot, doesn't even feel it.
So both teams changing it up here. So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses. Outside, Green. Back to Eason. Jacks up with 3. And that comes off the assist by Green. Give him 8. Got it off in time. And so it's Houston with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Well, when you win the battle of turnovers, you typically win the battle of...
Okay, fans.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Houston leading by 9. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Then it's Gabe Vincent. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Goodwin in at the 2. That's the Laker 5. Outside Holiday to the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. Offensive board. On the wing, Holiday. Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. Fast break. Here come the Lakers. Vincent outside. Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. Three-pointer Holiday. Knocks it down from distance. Holiday's got himself on the board with a 3 there. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Rockets.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
From 15 feet away. Not enough on that one as it misses. Houston leading by 12. Three-pointer. And Houston, another 3. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that. It's turned into a showdown here, dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Pass to Whitmore. Here's Easton. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. Goodwin, no good. For Houston, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the 4th. 2 for 4 now.
Laker foul.
And the Lakers with some changes. Hayes is checked in for Finney-Smith, and Milton subbed in for Vincent. Shepard, he's checked in for Houston. Van Vliet comes in for Holiday. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here. That sends Alperon Şengün to the free throw line. It goes on Shake Milton. Doncic is checked in for Milton. That free throw good from Şengün. Lakers trail by 15. Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Hayes with a screen on Brooks. Back to Hayes. And finished off by Hayes.
And LeBron James will outsmart you. He will open up things for other teammates with the pick and roll.
Thompson passes to Van Vliet. Now Thompson. The 3. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got rebound number 8 now to the paint. And the basket by Hachimura.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
The Rockets lead by 11. Green finds Brooks. Van Vliet outside. Thompson passes to Van Vliet. Hayes against Brooks. To the right side. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Hayes has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Pass to James. Doncic with it. Van Vliet covering. Gets it down to single digits.
And when he puts it all together, look at the kind of night Luka can have. Wow.
Here's Goodwin. Launches a 3. Sinks it from distance. Goodwin's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities. This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, they have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Hachimura, the pass to Goodwin. James, a screen on Thompson, to the middle. Kicks it to Doncic. Back to James. Pass to Hayes. And here's James. Hachimura from long range. It's rebounded by Şengün.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
The kick out to Van Vliet. The ball's knocked loose. Green, the pass to Brooks. Thompson right side. Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Fires in the triple. And the Rockets lead by 14.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, the site for the Lakers. Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports. And on paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And now the Lakers starting group. Outside, the wings are Reeves and James. Hachimura out there with Hayes. And it's Doncic in at the point guard position.
Luka with so many physical gifts, taking flight right there.
Pass to Brown. Back to Porter. Murray against Doncic. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. James in the post. Porter's there, and he comes up with the deuce.
A monster down low. LeBron James, the rare package of skill, size, and athleticism.
Pass to Brown. Takes a three. The rebound by the Lakers.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Out of him.
Doncic kicks to LeBron. On the wing, Reeves. And it's off from three-point range. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Clark, what is it about Austin Reeves' style of play that makes him such a good scorer?
I love the fact that he can change pace with the dribble. You know, he's not super fast, but he's not slow either. What he is shifty and smart. He's got good size, good ball skills, and he's got a nice mid-range jumper. All of that allows him to keep defenders off balance.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Denver passing it around. Right side, Gordon. Pass to Brown. Back to Gordon. Right wing. Fires the three. A nice shot by Brown.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Hayes the pass to Doncic. Hachimura setting the pick for Doncic. Down low. Hachimura no good. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That is his first foul of the game. Russell Westbrook's checked in for the Nuggets. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Lakers. Jokic draws the double. Outside Gordon. Sinks the three-pointer.
You know, when Gordon's hitting this all the time, the defense will have to play up on it. Consistency is the key.
Doncic against Murray. Doncic, no good.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alton. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. LeBron James is still dominating at an age where most players are well into their retirement. How does he do it? He said, show up, put the work in, and then go out and trust it. I'm just trying to push the limit. See how far I can take this thing. It's me versus Father Time. Kevin, back to you.
And David, that's one you're always going to win against Father Time. Thank you for the report. And the dunk by Doncic.
Really good pass. From Finney-Smith. He understands that you can't squeeze that orange if you got somebody ready to catch and shoot.
And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
Hayes finds Reeves. And Jokic with the rebound. Denver leading by 4. Outside Westbrook. To the middle. And Jokic slams it in.
Classic play that time by Westbrook, making space with the pick and roll to create for his team.
Reeves drives in. One thing about the Lakers, Clark, over the last couple seasons, they get themselves to the free throw line.
Yeah, and a lot of that is due to the fact they've got some real creators in their lineup, guys who can attack off the dribble at multiple positions from multiple angles, and that creates pressure for the defense.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Vanderbilt's checked in for Hayes. Gannett comes in for LeBron. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Doncic. Now, here's Watson. He's guarded closely. Driving to the basket. No good on the three. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Zeke Naji, he's checked in for Denver. Lakers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Second team back.
A free throw drops for Vincent.
Gabe Vincent. 2 shots.
And so Vincent nails both of them. For Denver, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
Wow, Westbrook, so athletic. He looked virtually unstoppable there.
Vincent with it. Pass to Vanderbilt. Here's Connect. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Nuggets on top. They're up by 4. The second quarter coming. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nuggets.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
Porter looking it over. Stolen by Connect. Michael Porter's out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's Peyton Watson. Then it's Dario Saric. It's Naji in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for Denver. As a junior college product, Dalton Connect didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program, then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee, and there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick.
And now the Nuggets, fast break. Naji passes to Saric. Here's Watson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Doncic against Westbrook. Pass to Connect. Back to Doncic. Now Connect from downtown. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Doncic.
You know, if Luka wants the three-point shot, he just takes it. No hesitation.
Westbrook with it. Connect picks him up. Porter passes to Saric. Westbrook against Doncic. Westbrook, no good. Lakers trail by 3. Here's Connect. Scoreless thus far. And there's another turnover by the Lakers.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Christian Brown's checked in for Naji. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Hachimura is checked in for Vanderbilt. James comes in for Connect. Austin Reeves is checked in for James. And Vincent subbed in for Luka Doncic. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Denver. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And again, Denver no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Now here is Hachimura. He's covered by Watson. To the paint. And Finney Smith gets it to go. Hey, Clark, no one covers the college game like you. And for new pros, what are the biggest challenges adjusting to life in the NBA and the play itself?
Speed and size, Kevin. I mean, that's where it really starts. You've got to be in great condition. But the speed and size of the players at the NBA level is unlike any other basketball you play. Everybody in the NBA is big and athletic. And things are just played and done at a much faster pace.
LeBron passes to Finney Smith.
2 minutes.
Vincent with it. Lets it go from deep. Good on the three-point shot. Now it's a 4-point Laker lead.
Good read that time from Finney Smith. So reliable at getting it to his teammates.
And slam dunk by Short.
And dropping the sledgehammer there. He curves a 10-0 run by Los Angeles.
Here's James. LeBron playing like a big man inside.
He does not lack the confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Watson's shot is off.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage. And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
And Clark for the Lakers. Their last 2 seasons ended in playoff losses to the Denver Nuggets.
And I tell you what, they fought hard both times, Kevin. The point differential was only 24 points over the 4 games in 2023 and just 11 points in 2024. LA actually led most of the 5-game series, but weren't able to advance. The definition of a stretch 4, Finney Smith is a really valuable offensive player.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic has checked in for Saric. Aaron Gordon comes in for Peyton Watson. And it's Jamal Murray in for Russell Westbrook. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for the Lakers. Doncic comes in for Vincent. The Lakers making a switch here. Hachimura is checked in. Hayes with the screen for LeBron. Inside, out to Doncic. Clock at 6. Back to Reeves. Lets it go with the 3. Doncic, no good. The Nuggets trail by 3. Brown, the pass to Jokic. Outside Gordon. Back to Jokic. It's rebounded by Hayes. Gordon against James, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
This is his first free throw of the game.
LeBron James at the line for 2.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Here's Brown.
He went for the 2-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Here's Murray. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers on top, ending the second quarter on a 14-6 run. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
So for the Lakers right now, in it forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. Doncic out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Hayes in at the 5 spot. Here's Jokic. Gordon the pass to Brown. Back to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Gordon, so agile in the screen and roll. Exceptional at getting position in these sets.
Clark, as you look at the career of Aaron Gordon, he has blossomed into an elite role player.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he's done that. He's embraced his role. He's embraced taking fewer shots and playing more defense and getting on the glass and making hustle plays. Not everybody would do what Aaron has done. It's a credit to him that he's been able to, again, embrace, not just accept, but embrace the role that he serves for that championship team.
Here's Brown. Guarded by Doncic. Murray against Reeves. Here's Brown. Off target with his three. Lakers leading by 4. James dishes to Hayes. He takes it in. Denver grabs the miss. Porter inside. Guarded by Doncic. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Hachimura's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Doncic. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. 6 to shoot. And Doncic takes it right down the lane.
It always seems like Doncic is playing with something to prove. Well, I tell you what, he's proving plenty tonight.
And here is Murray. Here's Brown.
Lakers foul.
He has 5. And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That'll be his second foul of the game. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Gordon outside. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. Gordon's got 10 points in the game.
And, you know, Gordon is still working on his jump shot, but he's already showing nice strides and having it be a huge part of his offensive game.
On the wing, James. Lakers working the ball around now. Luka on the move. Hachimura kicks to Hayes. And here's Doncic from the arc. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And though the Nuggets have some excellent outside shooters, Clark, they've been more prolific inside the arc the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they were an extreme example of that, Kevin. First in the league in 2-point attempts, and then dead last, almost dead last, in 3-point attempts. Not what most people would think when looking at the Nuggets.
Doncic passes to Hayes. Now Reeves. Here's Doncic. Good defense by Jokic. Nuggets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Los Angeles has gotten blank from 3-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Doncic feeling it out. Hayes with the screen for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
And he needs to find other ways to contribute besides shooting. Sometimes you have to learn how to play well when you're not playing well.
Brown the pass to Jokic for the lead. To the wing on the left. Launches it. Brown's shot is off. The Lakers in the lead. The 3 for Doncic. Rebound by Murray.
He has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Boy, slick pass by Murray. He makes such an effort to create for his teammates.
Here's Doncic. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Here's Brown. He has 7. Wide open look here for Murray. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And now a 4-point Nugget lead on the wing, James. Rebound by the Nuggets. Porter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Gordon penetrating. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nuggets lead by 4. And we'll be back with you right after this. 3 tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. The Nuggets leading by 4. We've got Russell Westbrook. Charge is out there with Peyton Watson. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Charge has screen on James to the middle. 7-foot shot. The shot by Charge, no good. Lakers trail by 4. Out left to the wing. It's stolen by Watson. And here's the fast break. A finish and slam dunk by Charge.
You know, once he's in the paint, Charge is ready to throw it down.
And Peyton Watson gets the whistle that time.
Watson.
That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And the Lakers have possession. James right side. And he converts the layup.
Well, that's exactly where LeBron wants to go. Almost unstoppable once he gets the ball in the painted area.
Watson with it. And Hachimura picks him up defensively. And the shot is good.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Here's Vincent. He's covered by Murray. Down low, here's Finney Smith. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Good work from Finney Smith down low, putting his size and reach to good use.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They lead by 4. Watson for 3. And rebounded by Connect. The Lakers shooting 41% for the game. On the wing, James. James making it look easy from deep.
I guess the defense was not expecting the quick release. LeBron can get it up and down in a hurry, though.
Westbrook against Hachimura. Westbrook gets to Charge. Watson for 3. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the paint to take the lead. And it's Connect. That time on the assist by Hachimura.
Going up strong inside, the rookie Connect doesn't hold back in the painted area.
Pass to Westbrook. Over to the left wing. Here's Brown. Covered by LeBron. And it's Russell Westbrook with the 3. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Boy, and that's a big deal for Westbrook because when he starts to knock down shots from distance, it really opens up his full bag of attack mode offense. The magnitude of the moment not lost on LeBron James. He knows they needed a bucket there, and he's going to get it for them.
And rebounded by Connect. Lakers have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the 4th quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the 4th. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And now a 3-point Los Angeles lead.
What a fearless play by the rookie. Connect had no problem taking on the challenge of making that big shot.
And you can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
It's stolen by Charge. Throwing inside. Pass to Watson. Denver passing it around. Westbrook wide open. He fires. And again, Denver no good. And here's the Lakers. They're on a 14-5 run. Here's Connect. Back to LeBron. Six on the shot clock. James driving. And it goes down 2 points. James has got 9 points in the quarter.
LeBron James is clutch. Not the first time he's done that, nor will it be the last.
Westbrook finds Murray. Oh, good on the triple.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Back to Hachimura. From outside the arc. Westbrook pulls it in. The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Murray from the arc. And another miss by Denver.
and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Into the lane. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to Vincent. In the corner, it's James. From deep three-point land. And it's Denver with the rebound. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Los Angeles Galaxy. Substitution on the court.
And so the Lakers take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much. LeBron in the...
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark